We're in the endgame now. Hello, I'm your host, and we're finally in week 18. As you can see, on the left we have power rankings, and on the right we have honorable mentions for teams that aren't just quite there yet. And without further ado, let's get on to our honorable mentions. Our first honorable mention is the Indianapolis Colts, playing great, and they just came off with a huge win with the Texans. The Texans are also on the honorable mentions list with both big wins this past week, going into this Saturday with a primetime game, and to decide who wins the division, maybe. Anyways, let's get on to our last honorable mention, which is the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers went into the Vikings' house, absolutely demolished that team, and it's lights out now for the Vikings. The Packers control their own destiny. This Sunday, they will see if they can clinch a playoff spot and maybe play the Cowboys in the playoffs. And at number 10, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers playing phenomenal. Mason Rudolph playing really well as a backup quarterback. Mike Tomlin finding ways to end the Pittsburgh Steelers over 500. This team has just played phenomenal, and I truly believe that they will make it far in the playoffs. And I'm totally not biased because they helped the Packers in the playoff picture. Next, at number 9, I have the LA Rams. Now, I have them at number 9, even though they've been playing really good, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, clinching a playoff spot in the wild card. They went toe-to-toe against the Giants, which the Giants, in general, shouldn't be too easy, but not a game where you lose or win by 1 point. And so that's why I have the LA Rams at number 10. Even this is a rebuilding year for the LA Rams, and they're in the playoffs, so I have to give congrats to the whole team in general. And so that's that. At number 8, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. They played the Bengals. Their defense was able to put a stop and win that game. Chiefs are looking better than previous weeks. Not as good as they were previous years and in the start of the season. That's obvious, but they deserve to be on this list. Number 8. I think they're doing pretty good. I think they'll make it pretty far in the playoffs. If not, I think they're going to go all the way to the AFC Championship. But they've been playing phenomenal lately, bringing it back. Number 8 spot, Kansas City Chiefs. Next, at the number 7 spot, I have the Miami Dolphins. And even though they have lost a blowout to the Ravens, losing 56-19, haven't played the best game. Their defense wasn't there. Basically, it was non-existent. But they still deserve to be in this top 10. They're still in the playoffs. They're leading the division right now, as of currently. This Sunday will decide who wins the AFC East. And I truly think that the Miami Dolphins pull it off and stand alone at the number 2 seed. So, number 7, I have the Miami Dolphins. And at number 6, I have the Detroit Lions having a loss to the Dallas Cowboys, which I think they were cheated out of. Obviously, we've seen the clips of our main man basically telling the ref that he's eligible to catch the ball. He caught the ball, 2-point conversion was a success, and then the ruling on the field was reverted somehow, and so the Lions lost that game. But at the same time, I think it's on Campbell's fault. I think he's the man to blame, because if you got multiple shots at the 2-point conversion, why not just go for the field goal, tie it up, send it to overtime, and possibly win that game? But at number 6, I have the Detroit Lions playing phenomenal. They've recently locked up their division, and I'm looking forward to seeing them in the playoffs. Alright, at number 5, how about them Cowboys? The Cowboys winning over the Detroit Lions 20-19, a very close game. Obviously, I think that the Lions were cheated out of a win, but even if the Cowboys lost that game, I truly think that the Cowboys are better than the Lions, and their current position with Dak Prescott, they're the number 2 seed. That all depends on Sunday, but as of right now, they're the number 2 seed in the NFC. Hope everything goes well. How about them Cowboys? Moving on, at number 4, I have the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills had a close one against the Poverty Patriots. And the reason why they're number 4, even though it was a close game against the Poverty Patriots, they slapped the life out of the Cowboys. You cannot tell me that that game was rigged in any sort of way, because the Buffalo Bills absolutely slapped around the Cowboys, and they're playing to see if they can win the division. If they can, that's good. If they don't, depending on ways things play out, they could miss the playoffs entirely. But as of right now, the Bills are looking hot. Bills Mafia, let's see if they can pull it off. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. Moving on, we have the top 3 teams in the power rankings that I personally think this week. At number 3, we have the San Francisco 49ers. They have recently won their game. Let's not talk about that Monday night game. But the Niners went beast mode on the Commanders. I mean, it's expected because it's the Commanders. But since they beat the Commanders and the Eagles since the Eagles lost, the Niners now have the number 1 seed. Good for them. See if they can keep it going. And number 3, I have 49ers. Alright, now at number 2, I have the Cleveland Browns. They are on a hot win streak with Couch Potato Flacco. They have clinched a playoff spot. Now, I personally didn't think that the Browns had it in them to make it to the playoffs, but apparently, obviously, I was wrong, because they beat the New Jersey Jets. The game wasn't even close, but congrats to the Cleveland Browns making a name for themselves, clinching the playoffs at number 2. And at number 1, it's pretty obvious. We have the Baltimore Ravens playing phenomenal football, beating the 49ers, beating the living soul out of the 49ers. This team has been phenomenal. By far, the best team in the league right now. Looking ahead for the first round bye, I have the Baltimore Ravens at number 1, retaining on and putting the doubters to rest. And that is it for today's video. Obviously, if you've liked this, please subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.